What's going on, y'all? This is Val.
Z, what's going on, world?
This is another week, man. We have a guest in the audience, so we just gonna shout him out real quick. My man, Greg. What's poppin', man? Yeah, y'all hear him. That little quick yerp. Maybe you heard it on the mic, maybe you didn't. If you're watching the video, then you probably heard it for real. But anyways, we back, man. We had a wild week last week, trying to come down and trying to gather our thoughts for what happened here in Buffalo. And then unfortunately, we got hit with another something in our country in Texas. What was the last number? 19 children.
Yeah, and 2 adults. So we back at it, unfortunately, again. So we just,
another mass shooting.
Just wanted to touch on that before we dive into the Bills stuff.
That's a fact.
Just because again, and for us at least personally, in good faith, we can't sit here and talk about sports without touching on something that actually
real life shit. So, yeah, because it's at the end of the day, man, it's not all about sports all the time. It's not all about the Bills. That's why sometimes when I look on my timeline and I see people try to ignore what's going on, like especially when it's same day type shit. So when I see same day tragedies happen and I'll see somebody like post the highlights and be like,
see that Josh Allen
you
pass
see that?
OTA?
And I just be looking like, y'all serious? Like right now? you ain't reading the room.
Yeah.
But and that goes into another convo that should be had at some point too is, just last week, I was having some serious convos with some of my peoples, my family, and it was about kind of how some people take certain things serious, and how some people just kind of brush it off and can just have conversations with you. Like, I'm sure we all got coworkers that were speaking to us last week like nothing happened, right? And it's tough because you got to sit back and be like, well, damn, don't you want to ask how I'm feeling? Like, don't you want to ask how I'm doing? Like,
he's gonna gloss right past.
Yeah, we just going. How
so
you
now I'm just
doing?
gonna awkwardly stare at you to see.
Yeah, now I gotta. And it was kind of like that with friends too, because it was like you want to make sure you have the right type of friends that will all check on you when certain things happen. So last week brought a lot. I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to air nothing out, but last week brought a lot, and I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for you. Obviously, we connected and talked about everything last week, but like it was some real shit, man. And this whole Texas shit is just more on top of that.
I'll say last week left my tank on empty, and then to deal with this, I mean, for me, you go from in Buffalo when it was a majority of seniors and elders in the community, and then you deal with Texas, and then you have the other most vulnerable population, which is children.
9, 10, 11 years old, man. Innocent kids who, much like we said about grocery shopping, you think you're just doing something that's extremely normal. And if you're a kid, I'm just going to class to learn, see my friends. I think they said they were handing out awards that day. They had an award ceremony. Like, think about the emotions, even as a parent. So you go through dropping your kid off, and maybe you were there, because I saw some parents were there in Texas. What was the name of the city or town? I don't want to leave that up.
Yeah.
Can you pronounce that?
Uvalde.
Because I want to obviously say prayers to them, but we all know what's going on. But in that situation, I believe there was a ceremony. So you imagine celebrating that with your child, and you like, all right, I'm gonna let you stay for the day, and then I'm gonna see you later. You give them a kiss, you give them a hug. I'm gonna dip off. I gotta go to work or whatever. So something extremely normal. And again, it's a reminder we're not safe anywhere.
Yeah, and as a parent, the expectation is I drop my kid off at school and they'll be safe.
Right.
If there's one place I expect my kid to be safe, and I'm
even
not
with
around,
all the school shootings in the past,
it's school. So I go with the expectation my kid is either gonna get dropped off by the bus and picked up by the bus,
right,
or I drop them off and pick them back up,
right.
And my heart just absolutely is crushed for the parents, because again, with so much commotion going on, these parents don't know what's going on. The students are separated, so they don't know if their kid was one of the ones shot. So I'm literally in limbo for hours.
Right, and you might think, oh, they're missing, because I think that was the initial report, was that it was like
just chaos. Some people was shot and were sent to a hospital.
All types of shit.
And I just couldn't imagine the agony of that weight.
It's just too much.
It's just, and the fact that this is now, we're almost to a sense desensitized to this.
Right,
so this
you almost numb to it. Like, I remember, I
get the notification. It's like, oh, another one.
Right, because I got the notification initially at work that 2 were killed and 7.
Dog, the number just kept going up and up, and next thing I know, it went from like 9 to like 21. I'm like, what?
Right.
It's just nonstop, and I just can't.
You can't gloss over. You can't act like it's not happening. I grew up in the church, so you want to say prayers, but it's like we're beyond prayers at this point.
Because every time prayers and
thoughts of
prayers to the family, and
especially from the leaders. I don't want to hear that from the leaders. And we know this is a sports podcast, so this is nothing to do with politics or anything. This is just straight life and just
acknowledge.
We need change. We need change, man. Straight up, man. To be honest with you, I ain't got the answers.
No, I don't. And I wish I did. I just can never understand, like, how do you get to that point where you want to harm children?
And then we go to people using the normal excuses, right? We hear, well, mental health is important. And listen,
there wasn't an assault rifle. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. Dog, somebody say that in my face, they getting punched in the throat. That's just off red.
Listen, it's just too many excuses. Like, I tried to watch CNN for 30 minutes today. I turned it off because I said, on one hand, you got this guy saying what he's saying that sounds like everything you've heard after every shooting, and then you got the other guy
was the governor talking.
I think it was the governor talking, and then he got interrupted by
Beto.
Beto was on. I mean,
did you see that shit?
You gotta find it. You gotta see the clip.
He came in there. So the governor of Texas and the attorney general
and a bunch of Texas Ranger looking
straight. Yeah, if you imagine what you would expect,
like from a
Texas
cartoon
politician or like a Looney Tunes sheriff. All the
I actually retweeted the picture. I think so. It got to be on my timeline somewhere. But
they were doing their regular political spiel, talking about at the time the governor talking about they need more mental health availability for the people. We have this organization coming and this organization. Then they opened up the questions, and Beto was in the crowd. Beto will work.
Beto pulled up.
He just started going off on them.
Yeah, like walking towards the stage and all that.
Like
then the one dude was getting tight, was like, "Ew, shit!" He started cursing.
You are out of line. You are fucking out of line.
Yeah, like it was going. I'm like, like I had just got home, so I'm like, oh, this.
And it turned up Beto in the outside having his own press conference.
Right after that, he got damn near kicked out, so he having his own shit. And then people just like, yeah, you gotta leave politics out of it. I'm like, but now some people really do get emotional about it though, because everything isn't politics. Some people are really invested, and some people are tired. So it's like I feel them on the strength that, stop giving us this spiel about mental health. Stop giving us this. We need more security.
This shit shouldn't even be happening after Sandy Hook. Like, come on, what the fuck?
It's countless.
Dog. I lost track because they mentioned another one from Texas I forgot about. Was that 2012 or what was El Paso?
There's so many.
It was so many. So it's like you hear the same thing over and over again, and we're taught to just, again, keep it moving. Like I said, just 10 days ago, 11 days ago, whatever it was, we had to try to, like, really deal with what happened in our own community. And just to see how some of our community reacted, for the most part, I saw people handle it well, right? Help each other. I told you last week I was going to volunteer, was able to do some volunteer work on William. Shout out to Kyrie and all he's doing with his peoples. So I'm seeing some good, but I'm also seeing people, especially shortly after that, just move around like life is good.
Yeah. Go ahead, G.
Yeah, that's the thing. The business as usual shit. I don't want it to be things where it's like a couple of weeks is all like, kumbaya, blah blah blah.
What our energy 6 months from now?
Yeah, like what's the long term solution?
Right. I mean? And that be my thing. And hopefully we can get to a point, right, where we see consistency with our leaders, with athletes. Like, hey, hey, sir, if you're going to come to the hood during a tragedy, I want you to come to the hood more often. Now, there are some players I will say on the Bills who I see often in the city, Deion Dawkins being one of them, Tywan Jones. There's a handful of others. But we have to remember it's the Buffalo Bills. You know, just going back to the Buffalo. It's the Buffalo Bills. So that means show your face in the city. Not just in Orchard Park, not just in East Aurora, Lancaster and all that. Like, the east side of Buffalo, man.
They love you on Coombs.
They love you on Coombs. They love you in Central Park. They love you in the Fruit Belt. They love you everywhere. You know, they might not be able to make it to the games in some of these households.
But they watch them.
They rooting for Diggs. I don't know this political bread. They might not have a, you know what I mean? They might have a Walmart joint.
Yeah, but it's there.
Side note, I don't know why, random story, but I don't know, but way back when you lived on Kensington, someone knew Howard Ballard, the lineman.
Yeah.
And the nigga homie came to the house, and it big as hell.
Right. Came up there.
But like, yeah, but it's cool. But it's cool to see someone like that.
Man, I remember as a kid. Remember when we saw Ted Washington at Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Oh, and I saw that man. I say, oh, that man is
what's good, Ted?
Like a tank.
Nah, Ted was big as.
Man, I don't know why he was big on Earth.
Like, if you think about how big Ted Washington was.
Bro, that bro.
And him playing next to Pat, 360 easy. And then he played a few years with Pat Williams.
Yeah.
Bruh. That's a line. Like, I know, the only one I can think of that could compare to that line was Baltimore.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Sam Adams.
I'm gonna say Sam Adams came from after that too. Then,
but they did.
They had squad.
They did. The Bills in the late 90s, like after the whole Jim Kelly shit, them Doug Flutie years.
That Music City Miracle year.
They would have won.
Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, man.
They could have been. Honestly, it should have been the Bills Rams that year. Honestly.
I mean,
Antoine Winfield back there. Nate Clemens came through.
That was a young Nate Clemens too. You know what I mean? Henry Jones, Kurt Schultz.
Man, them boys was out there.
And who you forgetting about? Sam Coward might have been healthy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
They had some dogs still.
Yeah, man. Marcellus Wiley was on that team, man. Shout out to Marcellus and I think an old Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith. Oh yeah, speaking of Bruce, I do gotta add. I did see him. It was a concert, not a concert. There was something at Larkin Square over the weekend where the money from the dinners from Chef Brian. Chef Brian, he makes big chef out here in the city, doing big things. He on shows, all that. But he was selling $20 dinners. And all the proceeds, yeah. So we pull up. I'm with the fam, with my in-laws, my wife and them. And, we just casually just eating and boom, to your right, you see Steve Tasker. You see, Chris Brown, who covers the Bills, my fault. You see Thurman. Shout out to Thurman, by the way. He been doing a lot. Like, Thurman been getting into it. They said him and his wife, they said right when it happened, they said, yo, we about this. 100%. Everything y'all giving us is going, because they know here in Buffalo, and we talked about this last week, quick to raise money, right? Mm-hmm. $17 for $14 for you, Andy Dalton, for throwing a pass. You know what I mean? But I know, but anyways, Thurman, shout out to Thurman. So he was there, and Bruce was there. So me and Dennis, real quick, we went to the bathroom, and Dennis just had to stop and give him a pound real quick, like, yo, thank you for whatever. I don't know what Dennis said. Mm-hmm. So, I gave him a quick head nod, because, I always try to keep it cool. If I see a Bills player, I done rubbed shoulders with niggas in Encore before, man. I done been on Allen and seen,
rest in peace to Encore.
Yeah, oh, man. Shout out to Encore, man. Shout out to the tent, you know what I mean? All that, good vibes. But, so he came.
Rest Snooty.
Yeah, Snooty, all that.
Jack Kelly threatened to shoot up on Encore.
I don't even remember that.
I don't remember that.
I remember when the players was beefing there and like throwing chairs.
He got in trouble for outside of Encore because he got kicked out for some shit, and then he threatened to shoot up the place, and that's when he
probably still got another contract.
My man Greg dropping jewels right now.
My man got,
but shit, he still got play after that.
He's still the golden child, man. But he ain't in the league no more.
Hell no.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
He was in there recently, like.
Yeah, a couple years ago. I think he was on the Colts practice squad or something like that, right?
I think he's in CFL now, actually. I don't know.
All right, get that money, boy. But we took a cook flick with him, though, because he came over, offered to pay for our drinks. I was like, nah, I got you.
You talking about Bruce?
Yeah, bro. I was talking with the nigga. I said, yeah, Bruce is crazy, man, because I'm like, I still ain't been there, da-da-da. He was like, y'all got to go there. He was like, if y'all want to get it, off your back, get it off your chest, whatever, y'all gotta visit the site. Because he was like, when I got there, it all hit me all at once. You know, he broke down. Because I saw the pictures they were taking, which is kind of, to me, I don't know, I kind of feel weird when people take pictures of people crying. Like, I kind of don't like that. I know the Bills media people, they got to do what they got to do as far as their photographers and stuff, but
it's part of documenting them.
Right, yeah. So you know, you saw the pics of Bruce, the Pagulas and all of them up there, and Bruce, you know, he took it hard because shit, you spend 10, 15 years in one city playing for them, and you find out that their community was hit like it was, it's gonna hit you, and especially when it's your people,
right?
Whether he from Buffalo or not, he know what the black people in Buffalo is about. He know we cheer just as hard. Like I said, we may not be able to get to every game. And that's something that I think they should do too pretty soon, is do a special giveaway for some of those family members.
They need to do some training camp practice at Johnny B. Wiley. That's what they need.
Ooh. Right up the street.
Let the boys see, man.
Right up the street. Go ahead.
I honestly, and that's the way I think about as well, because, you know, we all grew up watching football and things like that. Like, we didn't have a car growing up or anything, so, like, you know, seeing the Bills game, it was just kind of like a whole different world and stuff.
It's a whole different.
To get out to a game, if you don't have a vehicle, you got to catch some special ass bus, and then you may not even get home till like 1 o'clock if they even run a certain type of way. So honestly, many people have been disenfranchised for years from even like attending even a preseason game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, it's
hopefully something can come from this though. But that's why I'm like, we got to, you know, hold everybody accountable. But even us who kind of are in and have it, we got to try to see if there's ways we can look out. I remember a dude, Kari, last year, he started doing games with some of the kids from the inner city, bringing them. And he was asking me about tagging along with him a couple times. So I may jump on that opportunity soon, since I'll be already at the games. But yeah, we got to expose, you know, the rest of our city to the Buffalo Bills as well, just to help take their mind off of their struggles and what they go through in their household. Because, you know, as we talked about, even with Texas, like, it's just so much going on that, like, we all need.
Yeah, even if it's just 4 hours worth of a getaway. Like,
we all need a little something. We all need a little pick-me-up.
It's helpful.
And sports for a lot of us is that.
Yeah, it's definitely a relief from some of the day-to-day struggles we go through.
Right. So we'll go on to Bill stuff, but like we've been saying, you know, prayers to the families. The children, the elders, everybody from California, Texas to here in Buffalo. Yeah, so we are praying for this world, this country.
Especially just those children, the family. I mean, the police that have to sit there and go through the building and see those things. Like, again,
that's traumatizing.
Again, the police signed up for a tough job, but to have to see that that's not stuff you wish on anybody. Bro. So I mean, just prayers to all those people involved, man, and I hope there can be some type of meaningful change. Again, I don't have the answers. I wish I did.
Yeah, I don't have the answers either. And luckily, I'm not into politics that deep to sit here and try to, you know, whatever. But that's why those people signed up to do their job. So do it.
Job, so, just
do your job and try to make some type of real change. We tired.
I'll leave it here. But whatever has been taking place for the last decades is not working. So whatever the status quo is, it's not working.
Right.
So
and stop bringing up Chicago and stop bringing up all the other shit. Because I heard that today. Yeah. Like I said, I only listened to CNN for like 20 minutes today. And the one rebuttal the one guy said was like, well, you know, you guys are talking about laws, but I mean, look at the laws in New York. Look at the laws in Chicago. Look at the laws in here. I mean, there's still a lot of shootings every weekend out there. And I'm just like, dog.
Don't worry about
apples and oranges, right? You know what I mean? Like, here you go trying to compare, like...
Did you go not peeling back all the layers of that onion? But that's...
You feel me? But...
They're not ready for that discussion.
Yeah, bigger discussion. But anyway, on to the Buffalo Bills, man. OTAs have officially began. Even though they're voluntary, we love to see our guys in uniform.
Man, dog. These little snippets and these little videos they dropping on social media, man. Yeah. Bill's social media team, I think. I mean, obviously I don't see every team, but they got a good team over there. They know how to
know how to get the hype going.
Dog, they be having me ready to
so go like, yo, can I watch? Yeah, can I watch that shit, man? Because y'all out there.
There's a little clip of Josh Allen throwing a little light 30-yard 30-yard pass on a run.
Listen. I saw a couple today, and I was just like, I remember watching him originally his rookie year and watching him in practice throw around because I remember I recorded some, and like you can just tell the difference and just like he had zip on his ball from jump.
Been different,
right? He had zip on his ball from the day he hopped in a Bills uniform, but now it's to the point where his shit is almost like a Steph Curry jumper.
When did y'all know? Josh Allen, when did y'all know?
So we kind of discussed that, but I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
So I mean,
and we getting live questions from the audience, so I like that, man. Shout out to G, man. Go ahead.
Rookie year, there's definitely glimpses,
right?
But when I knew, it's I think I said it. I think it was one of the first episodes. That pass to Robert Foster against Jacksonville.
Okay.
And I said, listen,
that's a one.
If you can literally be getting hit and flick the ball 50 yards down the field with no legs, it's all arm on the dime, I said, listen, if you can figure out how to put the rest together, you got it.
Right.
You engulfed.
Yeah. It was like 3 people collapsed on him, and that was a big moment.
He didn't even step into that man was just like bloop.
Right. Yeah. So I'll tell you like this. I had like 2 moments, but I'll keep it short. One moment was a combination of moments in preseason. So I went and seen him in training camp, and I saw him throw the ball. I remember recording on my phone, and I just probably deleted it because I was trying to delete mad shit on my phone. But I remember recording him throwing the ball with just mad zip, and I'm just like, you can tell the difference between him, AJ McCarron, and Nate Peterman. Like, that's not great people to compare him with. You know. But when that ball was coming out, I'm like, ooh, I got a little zippy on it. So then when he got the preseason, his first pass was like a play action pass because I went to the game.
That joint was right down the
play action, and he threw like a 60-yarder.
It wasn't complete,
and a dude stepped out of bounds.
Yeah,
but I was like, ooh, I'm like, so this
it was with ease though. The way
it was with ease, and the fact that it was 2 things: the fact that they called that play on his first snap in the Bills uniform.
The defense should have saw that coming from a mile.
And then the fact that, you know what I mean, he kind of did it with confidence and ease. Because I think he went back and tried another one. I think a few minutes later now, I'm like, this could be fun. And then it was a preseason game against Cleveland where he got, and Rod Streeter caught the ball. Don't ask me why I know.
I know what play you're talking about.
Where he kind of was whoop, 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 and then hit him.
Yeah,
and I said, I like that. And then for me, really it was Minnesota. That's the final one.
The whole Minnesota game. Like, not even just the hurdle.
That was it for me. When I, like, that first drive that came out, I'm just like,
dog, that Superman stretch
and then
into the end zone.
Yeah,
I said
that was tough. And he hit the poles after too.
And then the next drive, when he hopped over Barr, I'm like, oh, shit.
And that's when I realized, like, yo, if nothing else, this dude is a dog.
Freak. Yeah, he a dog and a freak, right? Like, athletically.
I said, yo, he just
hurdle a 6'5" linebacker.
Grown man. Yeah. And Anthony Barr is not.
Yeah, Anthony Barr is like 6'5", 240. And at that time, he was like a Pro Bowl linebacker. Yeah. I don't know where he at now.
Don't worry about
it. But at that time, like you said, he was one of their best linebackers. And Josh was just a rookie.
He said, I wanted more than you, dog.
And this wasn't even 4th quarter game on the line. This was like 2nd quarter. Just trying to pick up a first down. Josh was like, nah, I want this first down.
When he came up with that fire, I said,
oh, yeah. I said that's my guy.
Yeah.
And to me, it's okay to admit that, you know, some of us was slow to warming up to him because we had heard for months that, oh, he's a project. Oh, he's inaccurate. Oh, this and that. And I ain't going to sit here and be a liar like some of these people and be like, oh, I watched them in college. I didn't watch Wyoming in college. I had no reason to watch Wyoming in college.
First of all, where you going to find a Wyoming?
You know what I'm saying? Like, especially here in Buffalo. So, like,
name 4 teams in the WAC. Like,
bro, I can't even name a player outside of Josh.
Like Idaho.
That came out of Wyoming. Like, I don't know any.
Is Fresno State in the WAC?
I think Boise State in the.
No, they big.
Where they at?
Big 12, Big 10.
Boise State in the WAC.
Boise State in the WAC?
Boise State in the WAC, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember him playing on the Bluegrass. Carson Wentz was from what school? He played in that same conference.
North Dakota State.
Yeah, North Dakota State.
No, that's 1AA.
That's probably, yeah, that's
okay. But they were trying to compare him now. But like, but we had nothing like concrete to go off. So it was like you had to sit back and wait. But that Minnesota game was great for him because number one, it showed he can win on the road. He can win when his back is up against the wall.
And they were 16-point underdogs.
16-point underdogs. That's what I'm saying.
They weren't even supposed to be close.
They Minnesota, they had a lot of hype going into them.
Yeah, was that fresh off they?
Yeah. Well, that was the first. I think that was the first year they had Kirk Cousins.
First year with Kirk Cousins.
First with Kirk. Steph had a great year.
The Diggs catch, right?
Yup. And it was a lot. But
Diggs was probably sitting outside like, yo, man,
and we were fresh off the whole Baltimore debacle where we got beat by like 40 points. In the rain. Nate Peterman throws 3 picks in the first half.
That's a terrible way to start the season.
Oh, man, listen, that was terrible. I remember I was in Syracuse watching that. And
I'm like, y'all done waited 8 months for this?
No, I wasn't in Syracuse at that point. I was back in Buffalo. But anyways, it was good to see from your quarterback, especially after we had to suffer with Nate Peterman.
Who was Baltimore's quarterback?
At that time?
Lamar ain't start week 1.
Nah. They had
Flacco was still there. He had to been. Flacco had to been there.
I think it was Flacco. We can let Greg research.
It didn't have to. Yeah, we gotta let the producers get to
research. Go ahead, G.
Yeah, but it would have to been Flacco. But okay, yeah. Sorry.
But definitely Minnesota. And then after that, I found myself defending him more because I'm just like, he's a dog. I'm like,
so many.
Yeah, Miami game, things, like that Miami away game.
Every time he freaked Kiko out of his cleats, I'm like, yep.
Dude ran for 100 yards and almost threw for 300.
That's my guy.
On the road. Against a team that year that was supposed to go to the playoffs. Like Miami was.
I love being
and again, he had nothing he's going to Kelvin Benjamin, he's going to Zay Jones.
Listen, Andre Holmes used to get on my nerves.
What's old boy that
oh my goodness.
He had that catch from that snow game against Indy.
Deontay Thompson.
Yeah,
he was like their number 4 or 5, whatever. But
one of the top receivers.
Derrick Rogers.
Derrick Rogers, that's a throwback. Derrick a throwback though. Niggas thought he had potential. Just like Robert Foster. He was like, yo, he could be the number 1. He could be the.
It's crazy though how Robert Foster did nothing after that.
I know. I think he went to Green Bay for like a year.
Nothing. I'm like,
and I think they had him on the. Well, you know what?
I thought he had a little run coming.
He did, but I think that what happened was he was a prime example of fit matters.
It was Flacco.
It was Flacco? Okay, good.
Yeah.
But fit and opportunity matters. Like Foster came on that roster as the fastest wide receiver, as probably the most athletic.
And we had nothing else.
Right. So that was pretty much his thing. So I don't know. Like that was a year that obviously opened our eyes. But to fast forward to now, like we talk about every episode, to see how he throws that ball with ease, to see how confident he is, to see how natural of a leader he is, to see how well-spoken he is, because that's not a guarantee either. Like, we take some of these small things for granted, but no one's to say, yo, star quarterback is going.
To know what to say and what not to say. Because I compare him to, like, in looking at interviews with, like, Baker Mayfield. Same draft pick, and the poise is just not there the same way when it comes to how do you want the leader of your team in face of your franchise? Exactly. Like, he just being his emotions. I'm not saying Baker's a bad player. That's not what I'm saying. But just like,
he should be starting this year.
When you want your leader to be, and you look at Josh, and it's like, that's exactly
prime example, bro. It's only
your leader to step up.
To be honest with you, it's only about 4 to 5 quarterbacks who represent a franchise right now in the league where you're like perfect fit, perfect leader.
I was just about to say the exact same thing.
It's the fit and everything. Like,
he fits Buffalo to a T.
Right, to a T, right.
Like, in terms of the whole underdog role.
Right.
Like, he
underdog,
had
super competitive.
Take
he had the bag, sending emails. I mean, that's some shit we would do to try to get a job. It's like send a bunch of emails like, yo, fam, this is my resume for the 95th time. Hire me. That's some shit we know about because that's Buffalo. Like, for all the division within our community, one thing that we can agree on is that we grinders. You know what I mean? From the east side to north, south, whatever, we some grinders. So like
most of us.
Yeah, I know. It's some lazy folks out there, but for the most part, we represent that. And that's what Josh is all about. Josh is not happy with, we got to the divisional round and I played a hell of a game. He likes so.
And one thing that I really love about him, I'm not saying it's just unique to him as a quarterback, but in a way I think it is, because you can literally look at each season and see that he got better.
Right. He worked on something
every season and continued to progress. Even after having a great season, he followed that up with another great season.
Right. And even though the stats would show it being slightly different, it's the fact that we noticed certain areas got better. Because someone look at 37-10 or whatever the numbers ended up being and be like, but this and that. And that's what, and that's one thing that I will say about Josh and his career is that he's not a player where you can just look at the numbers. Like, the people who tried to compare his first 2 years to other quarterbacks, I'm like, dog, he's not that guy. And when I go back and forth with some trolls, they hate when I say that. But I'm like, yo, the numbers, you can bring up all the numbers you want. It's not about the numbers, right. you know.
It's different.
Yeah.
He went to a whole different college. Like, he didn't get that same type of development and coaching that a lot of people get from those big ass
exactly
D1 schools.
If you're at an SEC school, you're gonna get the top of the top from coaching,
top O-line, top wide receivers. I mean, Tua had it all.
All those things, you're gonna get top of the line. If you're at a school in the WAC, Western Athletic Conference, you're not going to get those same type of coaching and tutelage that you'll get.
His best receiver was Tanner Gentry, who was on our practice squad.
Yeah, so again...
And he had Tanner Gentry looking like fucking...
Tanner Gentry?
When I watched his college highlights, I kept hearing Tanner Gentry name, and I'm like, he got this motherfucker looking like
he got my man to the league, dog.
Damn near, he got him on the Bills.
Some checks.
Listen, they got him on the practice squad mainly because they like, oh yeah, you used to catch passes from Josh? Yeah, come along.
Yeah. Right? But listen, but going back to where we're at now, just looking at the videos from the OTAs, man, I'm sitting there like I'm ready to roll. Is it September? Because I'm like, yo, listen, line up LA right now. I don't even give a damn. I'm looking at Von Miller teaching Rousseau.
My man,
and before I say that, they're like, yo, hold a second. How does Rousseau make Von Miller look like
a baby?
A running back or a cornerback out there. I say, Von Miller like 6'3".
Yeah, I think he about 6'3".
Like, he's not a small dude. And in the video, it looked like, that's his little brother.
I get that, yeah.
I'm like, how big is this dude in real life, son?
Well,
and I almost said my man looked thick.
Hey, yo.
But he looked like he put on a little bit of.
Well, that's what I think he said. I was trying to watch some of the clips today to get caught up because, again, work and stuff, it's hard to watch everything. But I think he was saying that he put on like 5 or 6 extra pounds of
that's
muscle.
Gonna be muscle. That makes a huge
straight
difference.
Muscle. And and to me, what I think that can do for his game is give him some of that Bruce Reggie type of vibe, where it's like,
because if he can match the strength with the length that he has, he is gonna be a problem.
It's gonna be crazy because he was already he was to me, and I don't watch every defensive end in the league, but he had to have been one of the top 5 or 10 run defenders at that spot.
So from like pro football, the PFF,
I know they had to have him pretty good.
He was number 1 in the league when it comes to.
I just know anytime dudes was running on his side, it was curtains. Like dudes came to his side, he was holding them boys up. Like, but just think about it: you a tackle, and we like, all right, we gonna run to the outside, but we running that way, and you got to block Greg.
Like I can stick my arm out, and I got this whole lockdown. So he already has that thing down, and if he can learn some of those pass rushing techniques from a technician as Von Miller,
a couple inside moves. Bro. Listen, that's all right.
It was great though, because again, this is why I love what the Bills can offer on defense. It's so much versatility because you have speed and power from Miller. And you have Rousseau, who is a very completely different body type from Von. And you can flip flop sides, and
now your tackle is having nightmares.
I'm expecting to see Von Miller come at me with a speed rush.
Now you got a 6'7", 270 pounds,
which I can't attack the same way.
And you like,
or I can completely switch out and bring in Basham, which comes with a completely different
or AJ Epinesa.
I can get real freaky. Throw Ed Oliver out there.
Oh, you could.
On
you want to get nasty,
and do some crazy stuff.
And
throw Basham inside.
With Phillips
inside. Like I can do so many different things.
And like your man, you talked about Tim Settle.
That's the cool thing. Is
Settle's my guy.
They could switch it up depending on who they're facing.
Right.
So you got to switch
and
it
the down,
really,
the time of the game, 2-minute drill. All right, boom. This our 2-minute drill crew. Von, come on, get out here. You know Von.
Don't come off the field. Listen, 2 minutes, Von better not come off that field.
On both sides of the ball, honestly, because just you think about now they got.
You got a great 2-minute quarterback.
Yeah, you bring in 2 wide. Now you got two tight ends Howard and Knox, and now you got bringing in James Cook.
Yeah.
Now you got receiving back.
Yeah, exactly. Because from what I see in my head, if I'm the Bills, I can do so much from a versatility standpoint offensively. So let's say I come out with a set, I got Diggs and Davis out there, I got Cook in the backfield, and I have, Knox and Howard out there.
Right. Just for fun.
Offense, the defense doesn't know what I can do. So I can do a bunch of different things off of that formation. So if the offense or defense want to go big and get heavy, all right, Howard, go off the line. Go into the slot. Mm-hmm. Not let one of these big dudes check you one-on-one. Mm-hmm. You want to go light and you want to throw a slot corner out there? All right, go in line. Cook. Yeah. Come on, eat. Yeah. Like, I can just do so many because now I'm ahead. Okay, Howard, come in line and block this little corner. It's going to be fun, man. So, like, it just gives them so many
And you think about the size of both, and we talked about it before, you think about the size of Howard and Knox.
Big dudes, man.
You know, both 6'5" plus. Both over 240, but both can run by you. Mm-hmm. You know, both got good enough hands. I know we dogged Knox for a while, but his hands seem to have...
Who's we?
Hey,
collectively as
right as a fan base, they got on him. I was willing to give him a chance.
See, that's the one thing I didn't get. Like, I get it. Like as a fan base, you can be impatient at times. But like did people forget that like Knox didn't catch like very many passes at all?
My frustration with Knox early is he would make the spectacular catch and drop the easy one, the layup
here and there.
That's something like, dog, you got to get the legs, bro.
But,
I get you can do the
but
one
like you said, he didn't play tight end until college.
Yeah,
so
he's still raw too. He dropped his drop catch last year.
Like, he wasn't on a Robert Royal-ish, but I mean
not Robert Royal, man.
We had a bunch of bum tight ends.
Stonehands Royal.
I'm trying, like, honestly, like
Tim Ewis.
We haven't seen the tight end
Mark Ewis, Mark Campbell. Man, we
yikes! Like we had some.
We didn't have
Scotty will get you 4. He'll get you 4 or 6 touchdowns.
Scott Chandler was probably our best receiver since like Reamersma.
My guy. Yeah, shout out to the man. 85.
Had a young Jason Peters.
Converted my man.
Freak of an athlete, man. I should never had his.
I'm trying to see a tight end attack like we saw for the Patriots when they had Gronk and
when they had the Killers.
Yeah. Legit.
It'll be similar, but it won't be only because we just got so much talent at wide receiver.
But the versatility that right?
Because I'm saying when we get inside the 20,
Rodriguez really was a good ass tight end.
Who? Nigga called him Rodriguez. You making up shit. That's kind of racist, Z.
That's what I was just about to say. Like, yo, I really butchered that one.
Might as well call him Lopez. Shit,
right, that boy Rodriguez. That boy is nice.
Wow, you did
Hernandez. Definitely. I don't even think there's a Rodriguez in the league.
Yo, that's wild. No, you're right. Because I was about to say Borges, but.
I feel like there's a linebacker somewhere in there.
Probably, I think so.
Green Bay. On some real,
I think there is a Rodriguez.
He nice.
He called that nigga J-Lo. That ain't go wild, bro. You gotta chill.
Oh man. Yeah,
either way, man. Hernandez,
man.
He was cool.
But what I did like about that offense, though, to stay on there, is there's no other offense in the league like that. Everybody else was running a completely different thing, and all of a sudden they came out of nowhere with a legit 2 tight end set, which was their bread and butter.
Yeah, and then they tried to bring it back by getting. They tried to bring it back by doing. What's the last 2 they got?
Oh, Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry.
Yeah,
Jonnu, man. I am so mad at them for giving him that much money. Because a lot of Bills fans wanted Jonnu, but I wanted nothing to do with him. It's because the reason why I say that is he wasn't winning off of being able to run routes.
Right.
He was run to a spot, catch the ball, and then after that, use your athleticism to do what you do.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not a bad thing, but again, you are what you are. So I'm not giving that type of money to a person who is not able to run.
Listen, we ended up getting a better duo anyway. Like, now that we look at it 1 year later, Bean was patient.
But I would like Hunter Henry, though, because
Hunter Henry cool, but guess what I'm taking over Hunter Henry? I'm taking a young Knox.
Oh.
Because Knox right now, he's on a trajectory to be a top 5 tight end within, like this season.
Within now?
Because, I mean, all you got really above him is what? Mark Andrews. You got Darren Waller.
Kelsey and Kittle.
You got Kelsey and Kittles.
And after that is
you can throw in
right.
You can throw in a bunch of conversations. You know, the Hunter Henrys of the world, and I think Green Bay got a guy.
Yeah, after that
there's a bunch of it, right? But Knox can
Hawkinson, TJ
Knox can be in that combo.
Yeah, again,
you know what I mean? Like Knox had 10 touchdowns. Like
I think it was second in the league or tied for first.
Tied for first, I think. So like that's not slept on. And just once again, when we're naming the tight ends that we've had here in Buffalo, we can't remember the last time a tight end had 10 touchdowns. Better yet, we didn't even have receivers who were getting 10.
We ain't have nothing.
We
barely had quarterbacks getting 10 touchdowns.
History, honestly.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
man,
Knox, right? Knox is already, that's crazy. Knox is already like a top 3 to 5 tight end in Bills history. That's disgusting. Like, it's good. You know, same can be said with Diggs. He's in the top 5 convo. I mean, who you got above him? Andre Reed. James Lofton played a few years, so I don't know if we really want to put him there. He didn't play enough to, So you got Andre Reed. You got Eric Moulds.
Listen, I'll say Stephon Diggs is going to break every receiving record by the time his career.
Oh, but his contract is over. Hell yeah.
He with the Bills for life too.
Yeah, it's right.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
Ain't no way that John's going to let Diggs not be here.
Yeah, especially if they start, winning the rings.
Yeah,
that he going to be on some like.
Josh is going to break every single one of Jim Kelly's records. I think Diggs is going to break every single one of Andre Reed's records.
Right. Yeah, so, they're going to be the new Jim Kelly and Andre Reed, but just with rings. That's all I care about. Right. Just win the damn shit. Like I don't want to
in that new stadium.
I don't want to be telling my son or any other kids I may have like, yeah, but da 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 da. Like, nah, bro. I need the rings. I need the parade. I just need to feel what it feels like because, every year when we watch the Super Bowl, we look at either the teams in it or the team that win it, and we say, dog, for real, y'all? Like, that was me with Cincinnati last year. Like, no hate. Joe Burrow, a cool cat. But I'm watching Cincinnati, and I'm just like, you mean to tell me this couldn't have been the Bills?
It's lightning in the bottle, man.
Bruh.
And not saying they got lucky. It just worked out.
Right.
Things really worked out.
But that's why I feel really good about our chances in the next few years because I'm just like, if Cincinnati, if the New England's with a bad offense, a few years ago can get there. Philly, the year that they caught lightning in the bottle when they got there 4 or 5 years ago. Like, I'm just like, it gotta be our turn. Soon.
Aside from the Chiefs, who do y'all feel is like the biggest competition? I think for me personally, I think it's the Chargers.
Yes. what did I say? I said the Chargers, and I honestly think any team out that AFC West outside of, I'll say this. I'm not scared of, so you got Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs.
So for me, it's Chargers, I think, are the other team, especially from an offensive standpoint.
That if you said tier 1, I got them in there.
But for me, it's Baltimore still.
You think so?
They lost everybody and their mama last year from injury standpoint.
And they lost Hollywood Brown for no reason.
They don't have receivers.
And that's the part.
But the amount of talent that they have on that defense, the amount of talent that Lamar Jackson brings in, Mark Andrews is still a beast. Like,
I just think that the only thing that's going to kill Baltimore is that they're going to need things to work in their favor. Example, weather, maybe having to play at home. Because they're a type of team, they have such an identity, and there's not too many teams like this in the league. They have such an identity where it's really going to be about matchups.
When they have an identity that travels though. Like I can come with a great defense and Lamar running this rushing attack anywhere. Right. And again, it depends. I cannot bet against Lamar.
I can't, but I here's my only beef with Baltimore is that
they got no damn receivers. So
2 years ago when they pulled up and we completely shut down Lamar, and I know he got hurt later in the game, bro. We made him and that offense like a JV offense just because with the right type of defensive coordinator and the right kind of defense, you can scheme on Lamar, but you got to have the right type of defense. You got to have a Taron Johnson and a Tremaine Edmonds and a Matt Milano and a Ed Oliver. So, like, for us, I can say I'm not scared of Baltimore because I feel like with this elite defense we got and with Von Miller at it, Okay, yeah, run around Von Miller, but guess what? Outside, you're gonna run into my guy Terrell Bernard, whatever his name is from Baylor.
I'm not afraid of Baltimore, but what I will say is just to counter that argument. Even when we were shutting Lamar down, we were pick 6 away from them timing.
Oh no, it was still
their defense.
And their defense is going to be good every year.
Is legit. I mean, they added so much talent this offseason on top of everything. Again, all the people everybody got hurt last year on that team.
No, for sure. But there's just always been well coached, and it's just always, they're always in a mix.
It's like Pittsburgh.
They're going to be ready every game.
Yeah. Yeah, they remind me of a Mike Tomlin.
You got J.K. Dobbins coming back. You got Gus Edwards coming back. You got Peters coming back who missed the whole damn season.
They will be in the
added
mix.
Jordan Davis in there. Like they got a lot.
I just don't got them above the Chargers and the Raiders. That's it.
Oh, I got them above the Raiders.
I like the Raiders this year. I don't know why.
Listen,
I don't like them going representing the AFC. But when I'm talking about,
bro, I don't think the Raiders are gonna get more than 8 wins.
Why is that?
That's a bold prediction. That's a bold prediction. Go ahead.
They don't have the horses.
Who is there one key like?
Or you just saying Derek Carr?
DC.
Oh, DC.
Okay.
They don't have the horses.
Okay. So for me,
they got good defense.
Right.
Devontae Adams, obviously, in my opinion, is the best receiver in the league.
Right. Hunter Renfrow, probably the best slot.
He's definitely up there in the conversation.
Right.
For sure.
Top 2.
But I just don't think that.
Darren Waller, probably
really
top 2 tight end.
Yeah, but Derek Carr, he is the epitome of average.
I would tell you like this:
he is good enough to not win.
Right. So what we're gonna find out this year about DC and the Raiders?
No excuses.
Right. And that's my whole point is that when I look at them on paper, and I'm looking at his supporting cast, this is the best supporting cast he's ever had. And he's been in the league, I don't know, 9-10 years. This is his best supporting cast. You got a top 2 tight end. You got a number 1 wide receiver. You got a top 2 slot. You got a top 10 young back in Jacobs. Mm-hmm. I think the line is decent. You got 2 great edge rushers in Max Crosby and Chandler Jones. Mm-hmm. I still feel like their corners are suspect. But, dog, when you talk about all-pro talent, you got like 6 or 7. So, Carr, what's going to be your excuse this year?
So, I will say that. So, you make good points, but where would you slot them in that division alone? So, if you don't slot them in...
I'll say number 2.
So you think they're going to be above Chargers and the Broncos?
No, I think what's crazy...
Because I think
I got a bold prediction, though. I got a bold prediction that, we'll see where I'm at with this come August. But I really think that Kansas City, with my guy Patrick Mahomes, may be on the outside looking in. That's a bold prediction. That's what bold predictions is for.
I'm not. I can't.
Wait, I missed that.
I said my bold prediction right now, my way too early bold prediction is that Kansas City going to be on the outside looking in.
Oh, it's just missing the playoffs completely?
Yeah, I can't.
Missing the playoffs. Only because of this. I really think that the Chargers will win a division, and I think that either Denver or the Raiders will slide in.
I agree with you.
It's going to be tough. That's all I can say.
So that's you saying you think there's going to be 6 teams better than Kansas City?
I'm not going to say miss the playoffs.
Correct. So 7 teams better than Kansas City.
I'm not going to say miss the playoffs, but I could absolutely see Denver.
You can name them, though. You said Baltimore, right? Mm-hmm. We got the Colts. Let's say Colts win a division. They got a better team in Tennessee this year.
Fair enough.
Yeah, with Matt Ryan.
So only one of those teams are making it.
Right. Oh yeah. We can We can all agree on that.
So one team from the South.
One team from the South. One team from the AFC. No, 2 teams from the AFC North. Because I'm saying Cincinnati and maybe Baltimore.
Yes.
So let's say Cincinnati and Baltimore. Let's say Buffalo. Who else we got? Did we say AFC?
Now we're on the West still. Now we got the West.
Now we got the West. So
you think Miami goes?
Let's say Chargers. Let's go Chargers.
That's 5.
All right. Now we going to the last 2. I say Miami might sneak in. So then I'll put them 6, and then 7. I'm going Raiders or Denver. But that's going to be a bloodbath, though. But that's going to be a bloodbath, and that's why this year, towards the end of the year, we're going to, especially in the AFC, I don't care about the NFC. NFC is going to be the NFC. The AFC come December is going to be nuts. Because
the AFC West going to take each other.
It's going to be a bloodbath in that division. And that's why I'm eager to see what Kansas City is going to do. Like, what Kansas City is going to have to do is set the tone early. Like, if they try to do what they did, was that last year or the year before?
It was last year when they started.
When they went like 500?
A little rough. Yeah.
Bro, Ain't none of that. Ain't no, we trying to fill it out. You know, teams are playing us different. Kansas City ain't going to be able to do it. Even us. Like, we can't even, like, our first 8 games, we can't even come out that 4-4. We got to be, to be honest with you, if we want that 1 seed, we need to win 6 of our first 8.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that's a tough stretch.
Yeah. Well, I honestly, I don't think the Raiders got it. They're not going to be in that mix. They're going to hang until November.
Right. And if that happens, that's going to be Carr. That's going to be on Carr.
Derek Carr going to do his Derek Carr shit.
Yeah, and if so...
Or he'll hang around good enough until you get to the last week of December.
Yeah.
And then lose
Phillip Rivers,
Jacksonville.
So you saying he's the 2022 Phillip Rivers?
Like that game the 2020 season, they lost to Miami.
Oh, yeah. That was a wild game, though.
I'm like, come on, they need to win that game.
Yeah. So if I'm betting on football, I should stay away from Carr.
Kansas City's gonna make the playoffs for me.
I can't trust that supporting cast this year.
I still trust Pat Mahomes.
I trust him to a certain
top
extent.
3 quarterback, whatever order you want to put it in. Right. He's in the top 3.
Yep.
And whether I got Kelsey and Valdez Scantling, again, I still have a top quarterback, so I know I'm gonna be in every game. And you still got to outduel.
You might.
One of the top quarterbacks in the league. And I think their defense...
But Justin Herbert can do it.
He don't play Justin Herbert every game, though.
I know, but he played him twice, and he played Russell Wilson twice.
I mean, Justin Herbert ain't even make the playoffs yet, though.
I know, but I think this support...
If you would have crowned his ass, then crown him. There's a lot of Herbert love. Listen. But I need you got to do it. Because you had a chance to beat Oakland. You didn't even beat Oakland.
Well, yeah, I saw one thing. They got him as the betting favorite on one of the sites.
Yeah, for MVP.
I was like, all right, let's pump the brakes.
Yeah, it's fine. I get it. He's put up great numbers his first couple of years.
And he looks the part
but you still have
of a
to
franchise
go out
quarterback.
And do it.
Yeah, like this year, we talk about the most pressure. It's definitely going to be between Derek Carr. Like, I ain't even going to put the pressure on Herbert because he's still young. But, like, Derek Carr...
I think he has a ton of pressure.
It's a wrap.
You
if
think
he don't do it this year...
Who you talking about, Carr or Herbert?
Carr. If he don't do it this year, he's not going to be with the Raiders next year.
Oh, probably not. Well,
he
just signed. No, he just did a new contract. He did a new.
I think they got out
contracts.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Listen, they just got the DA. If they can't do it with him,
DA gonna be mad because he gonna go and went there, and then they gonna shuffle quarterback because he
claimed he
went there. He wanted to go home, but he's like, I want to play with my little college quarterback.
Nah, that's what you say for PC purposes.
If they get rid of Adams, Carr, they're gonna make a splash to get another.
They're gonna get Baker Mayfield. Imagine going from Carr to Mayfield.
Listen,
that's definitely not. That might be a downgrade.
Yeah, Raiders not hell. The Raiders ain't making no.
I don't know. That's just a bold prediction. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, shout out. I was gonna bring it up too. Shout out to Cap, man, and the Raiders giving him an opportunity because I didn't know this, but they said this is the first time in the last 5 years that he got an official tryout. Like there were people that were watching him do stuff in his little private places, but this is the first time that he was actually invited into a facility for an actual tryout. So I want to say, shout out to the Raiders for actually at least doing that. Now, to get more credit, you actually got to sign the motherfucker. So
you can't tell
all
me
that shit is cool.
Nathan Peterman,
right? I mean, you can't tell me he's not better than a lot of these number 2, 3 guys. I mean,
said Davis Webb on the team,
bro.
so
Davis Webb. No disrespect.
He got the coaching.
Yeah, but
but
a lot of coaches who can't play.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Like, but hopefully, next time we record, we'll
see. I mean, again, it's
the official.
Because me and G were talking earlier. He's 34, but again, he don't have that much tread on his tires.
He ain't got none of that on his tires, bro. He like Al Horford out there, man. Yeah. Big Al out there giving boys 25. And he dunking. What did he do the other day? I think he dunked. He did an and one or some crazy shit. I was looking at my TV like, not Al Horford.
And fake flexed.
Yeah, I'm like, not Al Horford, man. He blocking shots. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of those players.
Got shoulders. I said, dog, how you out here bucking up? You ain't even got no shoulders, man.
Dad look like a puppet out there.
Yeah, man. You were the frailest looking big man. Al Horford, the man, though. He been a beast.
And he do his eyebrows, but that's cool.
You said he arched his eyebrows?
Nah.
He go to the Dominicans?
Yeah, I mean, he is Dominican. So we ain't even going. That's Poppy. That's Poppy, though.
Yeah, he is Dominican. I didn't even know he was Dominican until like 4 days ago. I'm like, yeah, he Dominican?
I think I found out a few years ago. I think I heard him speak for the first time. And that's what broke it to me.
I ever heard that.
I got my eyebrows touched and I was heated.
sometimes you gotta do it though. I ain't never did it, but
give you no heads up. They put the slit in the.
They said, "Hey, yo."
They give you the little zoom.
Nah, I used to live with a couple of Dominicans, Ricans, and stuff, and that was just normal. So it was. So after that, after my college experience with them, I was like, all right, I can't judge no more because I'm like, if y'all got to do it, you know what I mean? I guess I can respect it, but I'm good. The random tangent.
End up on eyebrow arches, but you know, it's better than messing up tight ends' names.
Yeah, so, you know, Rodriguez and all that shit you was talking
about.
We'll but nah, man, we getting close to an hour, so we not gonna hold y'all too much longer. You know, like we said, OTAs just began, so we are excited about what's to come. I think the real thing for us is when the mandatory stuff start.
Yeah.
When the pads come on, of course.
I just want to. I'm really excited to see what this new offense looks like with Dorsey at the helm. Again, I don't expect like wholesale changes.
Nah, nothing
but
crazy.
I think there should be some subtle stuff that we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm really hopeful that he knows how to design a screen.
I mean, if you get James Cook, I hope, because that's what I use him for on Madden. I be shit Cook.
Yeah.
Woo-woo.
Oh, yeah. You already playing with him on Madden?
So you created him.
So I'll tell you like this. So I just recently caught Madden 22. And one of the things I did was I was trying to see through the download section like who uploaded the new draft players. And it was like a week went by, 2 weeks went by. I'm like, y'all still ain't got my guy on there. So I said, F it. I took like 30 minutes one day. I put all our draft picks on there. And I tried to do it as close as I could because I'm not one of those 16-year-old kids. Or
I was a joke when I said you created them.
Oh, I was dead. Nah, I really did because I went because I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna keep waiting.
You take your roster seriously, hey,
bro.
Man.
Listen, give me the 28, give me 6 foot. Oh, he wear a sleeve joint. Okay, boom. So I acceleration up. So I'll be playing them. And only thing I hate though is that, like sometimes when you create a player, and I ain't done this in years. They be messing up on some of the specifics. Like his acceleration should be better than what it is. So when I be trying to take off when I'm on the screen, yeah, I'll be like, yo, bro, he would have broke it. And he just get a 12-yard game.
We gonna find out.
So I'm just like, I can't.
First time we catch that ball in open space.
Oh yeah.
I'm already talking about, but I'm gonna put a parlay bet on his ass. That
first
in
LA.
Listen.
Then he gonna go?
He getting at least 50 yards receiving that first week against LA. Watch.
I can
they
see
gonna bust out with him out of nowhere.
I can see. I'm just trying to think who their linebackers are, just so because my whole thing is matchups. Like
then they signed old boy from Seattle.
They got Wagner, but Wagner I don't know if Wagner can keep up with Cook. Yeah, I don't know if Wagner can keep up with Cook.
Well, he gonna have to.
Cause that's gonna hit it with the smooth boom boom.
He gonna hit him with a womp womp.
With a womp. That game probably gonna go.
Y'all know how good the Bills gonna look underneath the lights on that Thursday.
I'm gonna be right there. Y'all tell me what it look like, cause I'm gonna be there probably smack.
I'm going.
And
y'all, I know they're gonna be up there with
them jerseys. Oh yeah, the all white's gonna look clean. White face mask. Might see a couple visors. You know my man Diggs gonna be gloved up with the Nike sign. Like
that stadium, man.
Oh yeah, stupid. So listen, man, we got a lot to look forward to, a lot to talk about as we get closer week by week. So, anything else you want to tell them before we?
Listen, man. I'm just ready for this season to start, man. I got to get out to a training camp or two.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got to get out to St. John Fisher.
I just want to see how this offense looks. I'm excited about the offense. I'm excited about the defense. I want to see how Kyer Elam looks.
Oh yeah,
like I just
he
want
to be clean too with the sleeve.
It's going. Listen, I think I said this every week so far. I'm still trying to wrap my head around literally being
the best favorites.
No, you're the best paper.
It's weird.
And the betting favorites to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man, we got
betting favorite for Coach of the Year.
That's why we gotta enjoy it.
MVP, like this is nuts.
That's why I can't even really rush it because I'm just like
enjoy it.
When we rush
the ride, man.
The season and it should be over like this, and something terrible happens for whatever reason, then we'll be like, damn, all right. I want it again. Like, nah, let's enjoy this summer. Let's enjoy the practices. Let's enjoy, like, the preparation leading up to it. Let's enjoy saving our money, for leading up to these games and things like that. And let's just take it all in because you speak to the older heads, they'll tell you, man, them 4 years went like that, bro. All you hear now is stories. oh yeah, like that's why I'm really just trying to live in this moment. We got a young quarterback, 26 years old. We got a young wide receiver, young running back, young this, young that. And I'm like, we gonna blink and they gonna be 35.
Is Josh even 26?
Yeah, I think he just turned 26 this year.
Don't say that.
Damn,
I know
some people are already in their 30s in this room.
I mean, I'm 33, so
everybody.
That's why I'm just
so
like.
Talking about him being 35, that means I'm gonna be like
50.
Yeah, man.
I gotta say all that.
But that's why
like
we gotta.
35,
That's why we gotta stay healthy, man. We gotta stay.
Here.
We gotta stay healthy, man. Drink our water. Mind our business.
That's right. Mind your business. You live a lot longer.
Man, listen. Mind your business and just stay as safe as we can. Because as we talked about in the beginning, only so much we can do, right? But yeah, I think that's it, man. We appreciate our guy G for pulling up. Greg, even though he did the background, y'all heard him a lot on this episode. So
hopefully.
Yeah, either y'all heard him, but if they watching the video, y'all probably heard him more.
Right. If you're doing just a podcast and there's some random dead space, just know Greg
just know that
talking.
other voice.
He was dropping some lines just in case.
Yeah, that was G. But we appreciate those who took the time out to listen. Like I said, it hasn't been an easy last couple weeks for anybody in this room or anybody really
with a heart.
Right. So this is good to kind of get some laughs out and try to enjoy each other's company and just talk some life and talk a little bit of sports. So I'll end it by saying, this is Val.
And Z, as we say every week, like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Take a look. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify.
Instagram, we got a page on there. We got a Twitter page as well.
Anywhere you find social media, you'll find us. So just make sure you like, subscribe, share. Come kick it with us every week.
All that. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we love y'all, man. Stay safe out there.